Hey guys, welcome back. So to continue into the deeper dive into each individual product, today we're going to be covering one of our highest hitting and one of our oldest products in the line. And of course, I'm going to be talking about the YumCeramic. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of how I've decided to build this product. So in terms of the categorization of the product, people say, well, where does it sit? So the YumCeramic is as a base in the category of a spray sealant. Of course, it is a triggered product, so you apply it via a trigger. So within the sealing category, so what does that do? Once the paintwork, in this case, like this car, is naked, you want to start building up from the bottom up, so like a pyramid, your strongest products upwards. So if you haven't got the access to a temperature controlled unit, machine polishes, and all the things that come with that, and something to bear in mind before you apply something like a ceramic coat, and obviously that is the ultimate currently in terms of paint protection without going down the paint protection film side. So once you knock the coating off the game, what you will have is the firm favorite amongst pretty much everybody within the industry, and that is to seal your paint first and then start building the protection up. So because this is a sealant, what we've decided to do, rather than just doing a traditional, here you go, here's a sealant, we have infused a few raw materials which are silica based. So in terms of this, you will have a ceramic spray sealant. So that's what we designate this as. So ever since we've launched this product back in 2018 now, so it's been a while, this product literally has blown up. Once people have used this product and compare it against the others, what they will see is that it's so much easier to use. It's got a lot more slickness, it's got a lot more gloss. So the way I've built this, we've created this sealant with various raw materials which are silica based. We've of course made sure that the volatility and the stability is correct, because you can't just mish and mash everything together. Sometimes the formulas die, scents die, colors die. So all of these things I've had to take into consideration. So we've got a stable ceramic spray sealant. Now, I have on purpose made this not to be the longest lasting spray sealant on the market. I have done this on purpose because a lot of people who, again, look, I'm doing this in natural conditions. I'm not doing this in some temperature controlled environment. Again, the sun is coming in and out, as you can see by the shadows. I've done this on purpose. So because I've knocked the durability down on purpose, but if the bar is at 100% and you go from 100 to, let's say, 70, you've now got 30 more points to play with in terms of something else. So what we've done is we've added extra slickening agents and extra glossing agents. So this is one of the slickest and one of the glossiest spray sealants on the market. Now what this does in terms of the slickness is very, very important, because one, in terms of when the car gets dirty, slick paint, slick clear coat should keep the contaminants, the dirt and the grime moving. Eventually everything will get dirty, but it will take longer to get dirty. Now when you're washing this away, the slickness carries all the contaminants, obviously your wash solution, your wash mitt, your wash pad, a lot safer, a lot quicker. Now in terms of the glossing agents, so this has certain agents that have a darkening effect on paint. So it doesn't turn a red car black, but what it does, it gives it that extra wet look. It just gives it that extra depth, the clarity, and that's exactly what you want. Now, I'm going to show you how to use it, because a lot of people look at the label and go, YumCeramic. Right, is this a ceramic coating? Definitely not. Is it this, is it that? No. So obviously with our branding, it's a two-barrel approach that we're approaching. Obviously our brand and then the name. So in this case, it is designated what the raw material is. We could have called it YumSeal, YumSealant, or something like that, but YumCeramic is what we decided with. Now, of course, on the back, it designates this is a ceramic spray-on sealant which has to be sprayed, right? So it gives you all these instructions. Now a lot of people still get a little bit confused. They're not sure, can this go as a topper? So this can go as a topper. So if you've got a nice coat of wax, this can go on top, even though I do not recommend it, because don't forget, this will bond best to the stickiest, nakedest paint that you can. So again, imagine it's being clayed, machine polished, it's got no protection on. This will work best then. But if you do want to top it, great. So again, a lot of people may sometimes struggle because they wait while the car is baking hot outside, they over apply this and then over spread, which means the solvents from this side where you applied first sometimes obviously start to dry out first. So what I would recommend, I'm going to bring you in closer. So as always, with any product, I would recommend that you give them a vigorous shake first, but especially with protective products. You want to make sure all the protective elements are mixed together. Oh, the glass is super slick. Right, so I've primed the trigger. You can go directly onto the panel like this. You have to have a 2 towel method. So we'll call this the wet towel. There we go. See, the sun's peeking out again. You can use your wet towel, apply it. Now, if you apply this correctly, it has a self-leveling formula. So again, I haven't applied too much. Now you take a drying towel, a dry microfiber, and you literally remove it. In fact, this is the perfect time because the sun's come out. I can see if I've missed anything. So that is it. Now, my preferred method, what I recommend again, let's go into a dry side. I like to do a direct dose into the towel. That way it's a bit more controlled, especially if you go into the edges. If it's windy, it's going to spray all over the place. Imagine you've just done the windscreen or something, it's going to go back onto the windscreen. Now it's on a towel, it's more controlled that way. Again, I'm just evening it out. See, I've applied it a little bit thicker this time. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. Now look. And you just take again the dry towel and it's beautiful. What to do next? So here's a tip. If you have over applied it, or in this case, the sun has just peeked out, the panel starts warming up and you're like, oh my God, I've over applied, I can't get it off. So make a streak. So if the streak is not coming out, rather than taking the towel, putting your full weight behind it, and starting to buff like crazy, what I would recommend is, look, take a little spray and just basically reactivate it into the small area and immediately remove like this. And guess what? That streak is gone. So as you can see, the sun has peaked. Again, it's in and out, not to worry. I always check that the glass, or say the paintwork, is still cool to the touch. If it starts to really bake, the car's been sat outside for a couple of hours, please, I recommend do not attempt to apply this. I would rather you just put a bit of our detail spray on and actually reattempt it another week. Now, the beauty of this product, imagine your glass has been treated to a Glass Plus, and say a couple of months down the line, you, rather than cracking out the bottle again and doing the whole Glass Plus application, what you can do is take a few of our utility towels and you can use this as a topper for your glass sealant. Of course, without mentioning this, this can be used 100% as a topper for ceramic coatings. Silica feeds silica. So again, because the ceramic coating, which is a resin delivered product, this is a water delivered spray sealant which contains silica, so they'll actually play hand in hand. Now, if you haven't got your car coated, use it as a standalone. Again, this car has been stripped. It's yet to have a paint correction from us, but still, the paint is naked. There's nothing on there, and now I'm going to go around the whole of the car and actually seal the car super quick. So like I said, my preferred method is into the towel. And again, split the bonnet. I would recommend you just split the bonnet into 2s, into 4s if you have to. It really depends on the weather, depends on the size of the bonnet as well. If this is a Range Rover bonnet, please do not do it in one go because the product will start to gas off super quick. Now, what are the other uses of this? You've sealed the car, you're happy. You've used this as a standalone, you've used this as a top-up or topper for something like a coating, or if you've got like a heavy-duty winter wax on, fantastic. Now, what are the areas? Now, every wash, I do this, so the door jambs are still wet. I open up the doors, I take a dedicated door jamb towel, I mist the door jambs again with YumCeramic, and I'll dry them. So this is achieving 2 things. One, it makes the water disperse quicker. You're drying the actual painted arch or jamb, and at the same time, you're actually pushing the product into the clear coat. So you're drying and protecting at the same time. Now the wheel is the same job. The wheel's actually still wet. So I am going to use these towels, which after this video will become our wheel towels. Because once I touch the wheels with these, they're dead for the paint. Now, as I said, the wheel's actually still wet. So rather than taking a towel and drying it, or in some cases you can use air, but let's use the example that you actually have no air blowers and you're going to use towels. So you're going to come in, dry it, and then potentially go around again and use a product to actually seal the wheels or top the wheels. Now, in this case, like I recommend, on a wet wheel, even coverage. Now it's starting to run down, so I like to take a towel like this and literally just dry the wheel. There is no secret to this. You get everywhere. Obviously make sure the towels do not touch the floor. Now I wish you were here in person, because now I've took my dry towel, the wheel just feels silky smooth, super protected, but in terms of the slickness itself, looks unbelievable. Now, if you've got black wheels, again, you can go into the barrels. The black wheels really pop, as in it just looks like you've just waxed them with the highest show wax you can get. As I said, door jambs is fine, wheels, so literally just go back round with every wheel. You can do this on your exhaust tips too. Literally anything painted or chromed, this product is literally an all-rounder. In fact, it's that good that I've actually trademarked the name of this. You can go and look this up. YumCeramic is a trademarked product. I truly believe that I've hit it just in the middle. I haven't made it to a point where you literally have to be a NASA space scientist to apply it. Spray it on, wipe it off, because at the end of the day, people who make sealants that last 6 months, 12 months, whether they're in liquid form, paste wax form, or like, in a tub. Personally, I don't believe in it, only because they may be resistant. There is no comparison there. It's fine. Some contain PTFE, Teflon, all these things, and it's fine, but you can't apply it. Literally, I have seen videos and feedback on other products where, people say, well, you have to use it with a damp towel, wet towel, moist towel, semi-dry towel. It's just, I don't like that. Honestly, this is why, one of my 3 core reasons why I started this brand, this is one of the reasons that I'm talking about, because I always used to make the joke that mainly UK brands, American brands have kind of gone down more the consumer line and the retail line, but some UK brands, they literally make stuff where you have to use 47 towels to remove it. I've used those brands, and obviously I find it funny. Some people like it, fair enough, I'm not knocking it, but personally me, I don't like it. So I would rather you apply something more often, or use something that you have to apply more often, but it's an absolute pleasure to use. It's all about the experience. Who wants to be, people, the reason why they make these sealants, they say, well, because you can just live it out through winter. Yes, but you're still going to wash the car. No, if you put a sealant on to really run its true course of durability, you are not a car enthusiast. Even if you're using a winter daily, you still wash the car. Like, this car is going to be used in the winter. I'm going to be washing this twice a week. Rain, snow, shine, it doesn't really matter. So, as I said, I would rather apply this more often, but have a big cheesy smile on my face. It smells lovely. It's not going to burn my nostrils because it's, it's unscented and it's got all these raw materials that aren't healthy for you. Use it more often, have a smile on my face. More importantly, look like the car's been waxed. This is really, really kind of deep down what I believe in. I like the look of it. The wax look is unbeatable. People are getting close, we're getting close, but still you'll never beat it, because wax comes from an organic substance, the main base. This being totally inorganic, it's 2 completely different chemistries. So again, this is a total surface exterior sealant infused with SiO2. Get the keyword in. But in all seriousness, right? A lot of people will use the word ceramic, SiO2, silica, to try and confuse people who don't know what they're talking about, and hopefully bank on the back of getting a little bit of retail sales because the buzzword is ceramic. The next buzzword in the industry, as you all know now, is graphene. That's a different discussion. But we have packed this with a ton of ceramic additives, which it has got, so it deserves the name to be ceramic, right? This is why I proudly put it on the bottle. This is why proudly me and Kelly have actually trademarked the product, because, you know, I believe it's unbelievable, and hope you guys enjoy it. This bottle, with how often you should use it, should last you anywhere between 12 to 24 months. I'm going to make a kind of a safe flowing number of about 18 months. Use your common sense as to when to reapply it, because people say, well, how long does it last? My car may last different to your car. You might drive 10,000 miles a week up the M1 in the rain, whereas I do town driving within the Nottinghamshire area. Completely different. Do you drive in winter? How many miles do you do? What pre-washers do you use? There's too many variables to actually truly say. Do you use alkaline-based snow foams, which will knock a lot of the protection? Use your common sense. I recommend you double up 12 hours in between the actual first application. This is because, again, you've got to let the solvent of the product lift. If I was to now apply an immediate second coat onto the bonnet, you are literally not doing 2 coats. You're doing 1.01 coats, which is, you're wasting product, you're wasting your time. 12 hours minimum, apply the second coat. You can see water immediately. It's not like a ceramic coating where it has to be dry in garage for 24 to 48 hours. And literally use the detail spray, so our detail spray, as a topper on every subsequent wash. So imagine next week you're going to wash, the car's still wet, mix it down with detail spray, dry it off, and now we'll add extra slickening agents on top of the ceramic, and this will keep it looking fresh for as long as possible. As soon as the water behavior starts to die, that's when you reapply. Do not use any drying aids the day you decide you're going to reapply this. So wash it, dry it naturally, so air and towels, and follow the steps I have just showed you. Panel by panel, cut the panels into 1/8 or 10ths if you need to. Depends how big your car is, depends how warm it is. But guys, as always, thank you so much for all the mega support that you give us. It is, honestly, it's really humbling. So you guys have, especially the OG people who've been with us from the start of 2018, will remember this product. It is nice to know that this product has survived 3 years without a reformulation, because it's just too good. We could make it stronger, but then again, I'm going to lose the other 2-3 key benefits that I've already talked about. So hope you enjoy this when you buy it, and for the people who've bought the 800th bottle, hope you keep enjoying it. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you onto the next episode of the deep dive into our product series. Have a good week, guys.